Are we live?
You said it.
Are we live? Welcome, everybody. Bon Beanie, and it's going to be a fun live tonight because, as you can see, we have special guests. We have Tina and Stacy, who just recently returned from the high seas, and we have our little buccaneer friend here in full costume, who is taking a break from pillaging and plundering to come on the live. We should have thought of a pirate name for her.
Marty McStuffy Pants.
So we're doing a little bit of pirate theme tonight because yesterday was Talk Like a Pirate Day. So it's not today, but it's close enough. So we're gonna talk to Stacy and Gina about their recent cruise. We've also got pirate trivia, and we're going to be testing some products tonight because in our 3-hour trip it took us to get home from work today, we stopped by Target and we got some of the Coca-Cola Oreo cookies, and we also got some of the Oreo Coke.
Are those in the fridge?
Those are in the refrigerator. I took them out of the freezer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we have both Coca-Cola with Oreo flavor and Oreos with Coca-Cola flavor. So I like both those things by themselves. I don't know how I'm going to feel about them together. Have you guys had those yet by chance? Or I don't know if have you tried those at all?
Nope. Sure haven't.
Nope,
we have not.
I've only seen a few people comment on them, but their comments have been positive. So,
I don't know why that's not coming out.
What?
Are you able to get that out?
What are you trying to do?
Get that out?
What?
It slid in.
That's really
So we could hook to the phone.
Oh.
No, slide.
Slide. This way?
That's the way I slid it in.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
So we are doing a little bit different internet connection tonight, and we're using our phone so that hopefully the cellular will be better than our internet. We have been looking into internet options, so hopefully there will be some changes in the future. But
that's right. We were gonna. Why did we hold off on that?
Because
we had some questions about some stuff.
Well, and it was a weird week. I was sick. Well, not really sick. I got like 3 shots on Tuesday, and the shingles one I think did me in. So Wednesday I was like wiped out. But now I'm back.
I had the shingles shot and it kicked my butt too.
Yeah, like I did COVID, flu, and shingles, and I've done COVID and flu, and I've never had any reactions. But I've not done the shingles one because that's a one and you're done. Well, 2 treatments, but yeah, and I was like, I'll be fine. And the next day, I got up and I was like, I think I'm going to stay home from work. And then I fell asleep and woke up at 2 p.m. And I had a fever. I don't get a fever hardly ever. I had a fever. It's like the sickest I've been since like forever, but it only lasted a day. So that was good. But I'm back. So we didn't accomplish much. That was a long way of saying we didn't accomplish much this week.
All right. You want to say hi to some people?
Yeah, let's do that.
I just really quick want to point out we have Marty here with her pirate hat on, which I made. I'm actually quite impressed with it.
Yeah. See if you can really see the craftsmanship there.
And then Marty got a new pillow. Yeah. Anyway, so let's say hi to some people.
Not sure how she feels about the hat. She's very tolerant, though.
She hasn't taken it off.
No, she has not. She's standing in a weird position though, like almost like she feels like somebody's going like.
I don't have it real tight on her.
No.
So she's fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
Hey there, JT.
Hello, JT.
Oh, I missed Ed. I am so sorry.
Wow.
Hey,
hello,
Ed. There's Jeff. Hello.
Hello, Jeff.
And hi there, Anita.
Hey, Anita.
And there's your mama.
Hello, Mom.
JK says 77 days till Mardi Gras.
Ooh, I don't even know what we got. Like 40 something on ours.
Hey, Wayne.
Hey, there's a new face. Wayne, I'm guessing there's a relation there.
That's his brother.
Yep.
Well, welcome. Welcome.
All right. We've got Sean there.
G'day. Didn't know that your dragons were pirates, I bet, Sean.
Anita says, "You look cute, Marty."
Aw. This eye is closed. Or is it closed because you're sleeping or because the hat is annoying you? I don't know.
Well, we can take it off later if it's too much.
We'll give her the worm test, and that'll be the test.
Right.
If she eats worms and she's like, it's fine.
Hey there, Les.
Hey, Les. I have to sit back a little bit so that.
Yeah, the camera is different. It's a little bit crooked, and remember, every time you bump the table, it's gonna shake.
Oh yeah, I'll try not to do that.
We've got some different stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I had about 3 minutes to get it set up. So.
Yeah. When we left work today, it said like our normal route was like an hour and a half. It's normally like about 50 minutes. So that's why we took a detour to Target and looked for the Coke, which we found, and then we ended up going to Total Wine, and yeah. Anyway, we made it home, ate dinner.
Kevin says, "Bon beanie and
Yeah,
happy Aloha Friday. Macaroni and cheese for dinner this evening. Maybe some baked beans too. You know, we need to include all 4 food groups."
I think what you mean, Kevin, is macaroni and cheese.
My favorite.
All right, and what a waste of good Oreos. No.
Who said that?
Sean. Your mom says Marty is licking her lips. I think she wants to try them.
She can't have any Oreos. That would not be good for a lizard.
There's an issue in the house. There's RF lost somewhere in your house.
Yeah, RF is a good friend of ours, but he's been lost for weeks, so we've been looking for him. So.
I don't understand.
I was just making a joke.
Oh, okay. Oh, half spectrum, come investigate. Oh.
Yeah, we'll just switch companies because we don't like Spectrum very much.
Your mom says the hat's adorable.
It is adorable.
Hey there, Cruise Nuts.
Hey, Cruise Nuts.
JT wants to know what you're drinking.
So I bought this Fort Myers brand whiskey. It's habanero whiskey. What is it, like Mr. Tom something? And it was $20, and it's not very spicy, so it's all right. It's $20, not well spent, maybe, but I tried it. I prefer the Sting from Wild Turkey.
Kevin says 67 days till Insignia.
Oh.
And Ed says our grandkids, Ira and Marley, wanted to say hi. Well, hello, Ira and Marley.
Hey, Ira and Marley, how you guys doing?
How are you doing?
How are you doing? Ira and Marley, I need you to do your best pirate impersonations. So, we're a little fuzzy there.
Yeah,
What's
we've
nice
been
is
fuzzy.
we can monitor it on the monitor.
Yeah.
It's a different connection this time, so we can see if we're like not all that.
Yeah.
And a bag of chips. All right. Well, without further ado, let's get into this. Enter. Is that the only pirate thing I've got? Is
I don't know,
ours?
but I feel like you are screaming.
I am
tonight.
screaming. Yeah. Today is the first day that I've like taught classes in a
Maybe
while.
is that what it is? You're in teacher mode today?
I lost my voice after like a half an hour shark mini. At the end of that, I was like, but it's back. So we're all good. Yeah. So we brought Gina and Stacy on tonight because they, like I said, recently returned from their cruise, and we're going to talk to them about that cruise because it wasn't just a cruise; it was like a group cruise, right?
Yeah.
So it started out because I had a friend that wanted to go on a cruise, but she didn't want to go on her own. So we thought, well, let's just turn it into a group cruise and see if other people want to go, and that's kind of how it started.
That's cool. That's a good way for it to start. And this was on the Carnival Magic?
Correct.
And it was a Western Caribbean.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start in the beginning. You guys have been on Magic before.
Many times.
A lot.
This was our 6th time on the Magic and the 3rd time this year.
Is the Magic your favorite ship or just the one you happen to go on?
Our favorite.
Yeah.
It was the first ship we ever cruised on. So
Okay.
it kind of has that special place with us.
Sentimental magic as well.
Yep.
Hey there, Professor. So, well, let's start there. Let's start there with the ship. So, what about the magic, other than the sentimental aspect of it, draws you guys to that ship over and over and over again?
I like the size. I actually really like the size, the class below it as well. That's my next favorite, but I love the theater in there. I know it, to some people, it's probably a little dated on its decor, but I think it's beautiful. I think the blues and the greens up on the Lido are beautiful. I think the theater's absolutely gorgeous, and that's where we spend a lot of time, is in the theater in the evenings. And I like the layout. I don't know, just that those are the things that I really like.
Yeah, this particular ship has the regular casino on deck 5 that has half and half, smoking, non-smoking. And
Yeah.
then on deck 4, they have an entirely separate non-smoking casino. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 casinos.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're not big gamblers, but in the evenings in between shows or something, we like to go and throw a few dollars in and hit the button a few times. But last in February, when we were on there, pretty much had stayed out of the smoking part. And that second to last day, we went up in there in that smoking part, and I tell you, I was miserable the next day. It was awful. So it's really nice having that second non-smoking casino. They don't have as many options for machines, but they do have a good variety. And they do have table games there too.
That's cool. Yeah, I remember when they had in Missouri, they may still, but they just had smoking sections and so you'd go to a restaurant and you could sit in smoking or non-smoking, you would specify. But it was like if you sat in the non-smoking, a lot of times it's literally the same room. So it didn't really help that much. And then in Florida, since I've lived here in like the late 90s, they had no smoking in restaurants. If they made more money from alcohol than food, I think you could smoke. So that was like a big change. And for smokers, I guess it's not great, but for non-smokers, it's nice because then you don't have to deal with it. The non-smoking casino would be kind of the same deal there.
Yeah.
So
Yep,
you said the Magic is a smaller ship. Is it sort of Spirit class size, kind of a mid-range size? It's bigger than like Fantasy class, obviously, but where does it?
It's a little bigger than that. It's almost 130,000 gross tons. So it's just right below the Horizon, Panorama, Vista. Just like three or 4,000.
That class.
What's that?
What other ships are in that class?
There's the Dream, the Breeze, and the Magic. It's
I've been on the
Breeze.
Breeze. Okay, I've been on the Breeze. Yeah, that is. I always forget Magic is part of that. I don't know why, but the Breeze is the only one I've been on. But I do like that. In fact, when I went on the Breeze, I thought it was going to be my favorite ship, and maybe it would have been, but it was a good cruise. But it was like during spring break, and it was really crowded, so everything was congested, which is not really the fault of the ship, but it skewed my experience, so I can't really give it an honest review. But it's got the stuff that I like from the Vista class, and it's got the stuff that I don't like. I'm sorry, it doesn't have the stuff that I don't like on the Vista class, like mainly it has an atrium. Right. so that's a good class of ship. So you left out of.
That's another thing I like about the Magic is the atrium. When you walk in, I don't care how many times I walk in. When you first board the ship, it's like, wow, because it's beautiful. And the greens are just so beautiful.
Yeah, it does have, I think, a noticeable impact when you go on a Vista class ship that you don't have that immediate awe experience. I mean, it's not going to ruin your cruise, but I think there is something to be said about that. So So what port did you leave out of?
Miami.
Miami. Okay. How was that experience?
Well, it turned out it was kind of raining that day. So
Yeah.
the last 2 times we've left from Miami, it's been raining. So they ended up moving the sail away party to the atrium.
And then
So-
it was bad weather for the 80s party too. So they moved that inside. So we had several people who either hadn't cruised in a very long time or are new cruisers. And I really wanted them to experience that sail away party because it's so fun when, and then it it didn't happen. They didn't get to see the full effect like what we're used to because of the rain.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, in Florida, through like late June in through probably early October, it rains a lot of times in the afternoon. Usually in the morning, it's usually fine, but
Yeah.
a lot of times you get that afternoon shower right about sail away time for those ships. So I bet
Well, at least it wasn't raining on us when we boarded. So it waited until we started moving away. So
I mean, so we got the scooter and we haven't taken it to work yet because it's that time of year where we leave in the morning all day long. We're at work. It's like sunny. It's fine. And we're like, even today, we're like, oh man, we should have taken the scooter. And then driving home, it starts pouring down rain and then it's sunny again. So that's just tropical, semi-tropical Florida for you. But so you left out of Miami and it's a Western Caribbean. So you did Cozumel.
Yep.
1 sea day and then 1 sea day and then Cozumel.
Okay, Cozumel was your first stop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, what'd you guys do in Cozumel?
Probably, and it was the most fun stop. Everybody was not sneezing and coughing, and everybody felt good. And it was the 8 of us went to Paradise Beach, and another couple did a cooking class, and they absolutely loved that. And then
the other mom and daughter did
swim with sharks.
shark excursion.
Oh, okay.
Swimming with some sharks and stuff.
That's
and
cool.
They had a great time on that too, I believe.
Did they tell you what is that one like nurse sharks and stuff or what? What is that one?
I think I remember them mentioning nurse sharks, but
Mhm.
but I'm not 100% sure. So
Okay.
I don't remember exactly.
And I think Kimber, you've been to Paradise. She's pulling your pictures up because
I've not.
Oh, you're not. You've not been to Paradise.
No.
Oh, it was a different one. What was the one you went?
Passion Island.
Passion Island. Started with a P. I knew that. So what is Paradise Island like? Is it a pretty nice? It's like a resort kind of a thing.
Paradise Beach. Yeah,
Paradise
it's just like Mr. Sancho's or
okay.
or one of those all day, all inclusive kind of things that you go to. They have a nice beach area, swimming pool, all your drinks and food are included.
So we never go down to the beach, but when you get out and you get into the ocean there, they've got all kinds of like blow up like inflatables like slides and
Right.
things to climb on and jump off into the water and stuff. And that was an additional, I believe there's like 4 of them that did that. And they had a blast. They were out there for hours and they came back. They were having so much fun. And they said, I think if they said it was an additional $14 on top of what we paid to get in to use that stuff out in the water.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So it's all inclusive, you said.
Yep.
And then how's the food?
I think the food's very good.
Yeah.
It's $67 per person right now.
Okay.
And I really enjoy the food. The little pizzas, they have little personal pizzas that you get. Those are really good.
Mm-hmm.
I normally get coconut shrimp. It's really good. What else have we had?
There's burritos, tacos. There's a lot of stuff. I have a picture of the menu. I could send it over if you'd like. Gosh, what else did we have? I don't know. I don't remember, but it was yep. That's the cooler. There's
that it?
Stacy there in the orange on the right.
Nice. Yeah, that looks pretty pretty beautiful.
Yeah, and this picture was actually from last year, but this year it was a little bit overcast, but it didn't rain on us all day. There were times where we had some sun, times where we didn't, but it was
Did
lots
rain
of
just
fun.
a little bit when
Oh yeah,
people
it
were in
did.
the pool, but not hard enough that anybody wanted to scramble out and try to get under the little bar area there, the hut or whatever. And it didn't last but more than 5 minutes, so it wasn't bad.
Okay.
And then it was sunny. I got a little red, so I'm
Easy
peeling
to do.
still.
Yeah.
Les says, Stacy, the coconut shrimp was great.
Yes, it's very good.
Do you have your phone in here?
I don't. You guys have been to Sancho's and like Nachikacombe? Have you been to those places or
just
Sancho's.
Mr. Sancho's and Paradise Beach are the only two we've been to.
But
So-
we've been to
so if
Paradise
somebody-
Beach like 3 times now.
Okay. Well, that may answer my question. I was going to say, if somebody asked you which would you recommend?
Read that.
That's tough. I really like Mr. Sancho's too. It's got like a swim up bar, and I don't know, it's a little bit different kind of a setup, and it's beautiful, and the people are so nice, and they get you one drink or one thing of food, and then the next time you see it, and it's not even your waiter, and you see them across the way, and they're Mr. Stacy, Miss Gina, I mean, they know your name, and but the bathrooms, that's a big one for me, is the bathrooms.
The bathrooms are cleaner at Paradise Beach, or nicer
Okay.
and cleaner.
Nicer, yeah, they're bigger. The women's, I don't know about the men's, but the women's has like 6 or 7 stalls, and a big area, waiting area on the outside the stalls or whatever. And then they have changing rooms too, where the bathrooms at Mr. Sancho's are like 2 stalls in the women, 2, or I don't know, men's, but they're here, and then like the shared sink in the middle. And there's just not a lot of room, and you can't flush any toilet paper or anything like that. So it's all, it's just not as what we're used to as what Paradise Beach is. Oh, and then Paradise Beach also have shared sinks, but there's a whole big row of them with a big mirror, and it's nice. It's nicer. So,
And I think the food is better at Paradise Beach.
Okay. So that's JT said that you guys are going there, and
He's going
there in December on your recommendation. So that sounds.
Yeah, he'll probably hate it. You know how that works.
Anita's going there the next time they're in Cozumel.
Oh.
I can't wait to hear what they say about it.
I think that's where ParaDJ go a lot.
Yeah,
and that's where Ship Show had like their big
Oh,
thing.
Okay.
So it's definitely a place that people go.
Yeah, I know I've heard of it. I just haven't been there.
Well, when we go to Cozumel, maybe we should go there.
Maybe I'd like to get somebody's report on if there's. It doesn't sound like it's a snorkeling point or anything. So because I'm Jones, and I've been in the water since the wedding cruise. Like that's the last time I've even snorkeled. So I haven't even gone swimming at the beach. So
we haven't been to the pool.
I'm jonesing for some underwater time. It's like way too long for me.
Yeah, I think the ocean there is probably going to be a little bit murky.
Yeah.
Actually, a little bit cloudy. Maybe not murky, but cloudy is a better word to be able to see much. And if there is, there's not really much. I mean, they have a little pier out there with a little swing and stuff. You can swing over the water, and but there's not a whole lot of structure to have anything. So
that's kind of the impression I've gotten. But it looks like a beautiful place for like just hanging out by the pool, having some drinks and some good food.
Yeah, for sure.
Toilet amenities are important. I'm 100% for toilet amenities to be in good shape. So all right, so your first stop was Cozumel, and then your second stop, did you go to
Better?
Did you go to Belize, or was it Cayman or Belize? Okay.
Yep.
And that one, is that one where you did the ruins?
Yes. 6 of us went to the Altun Ha ruins that are about an hour away from the port, and that was it was hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really hot.
That's the
So,
That's the grand finale right there.
yeah, that's the big.
Oh, so I went the wrong way.
Nope, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I sent you 2 of the same one. The reason I sent you the second one, that's the same one. It's just a little bit different angle. I sent the other one has people on it, so it gives you a little bit of a perspective as to how large it is.
well, and
Oh yeah.
for those that don't know, if you want to go to one of these Mayan ruins, a lot of them will not allow you to climb on them. So
Yeah.
if that's
This
something
one
that's
allows
important
to.
to you, then if that's something that's important to you, then you want to make sure you're going to one that will allow that. So I guess obviously this one does, which is pretty cool, although quite a hike probably too to get up to the top of it.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
nice.
this one we climbed one of them, but
Yeah.
the largest one that you see there we did not climb because we had caught a cold, caught the cruise crud.
Yeah.
We weren't feeling the best. Plus, it was
It was
90
so
degrees
hot.
with 100% humidity, and we were kind of miserable.
Yeah. And I know you had that photo with the people in it, but if you haven't been to one of these Mayan ruins, those are not regular stairs. They're usually real steep. The little ones, they're like
tall.
extra steep. Yeah. And then the other ones are really tall. So it does take a little bit of effort under normal good conditions to get to the top of that thing. So I don't blame you guys.
This one and then the one we climbed, they don't let you climb the front where you would think it's stairs over to the side there to the right. Sure, you have to go up the side there, but they're stairs, and they're steep and they're tall. I made it up okay, but coming down I had to use Stacy and then Tim, who was with us, he had to go down front and I had to use shoulders and my knees are so bad, but I did it. I got to say I climbed to the top of one, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Looks like Anita and Ed did that in December, and the heat was real bad.
That says wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad. Okay, that makes sense in December. So Ed was able to climb up, but that's pretty awesome.
I sent you the picture of the iguana that we saw there.
That. I wasn't sure if that was here. I was waiting to ask you about that one.
Oh, is it Similis? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tenosaurus similis. They're sometimes called just the Mexican spiny-tailed iguana, although there's several species called that, or the black iguana.
Kind of like churro.
But
kind of.
No yellow, and they're usually pretty nasty.
So we were everybody's in our group that was looking at this particular ruin was all looking at the ruin and climbing or whatever, and somebody pointed out the iguana, and everybody flocked to the iguana. They forget about the ruins that were here. Let's look at the iguana. So of course, we had to get pictures too.
That's a majestic iguana, and that is definitely a male right there. And also I don't know if anybody that's watching this wouldn't know this, but maybe somebody in the future does. If you go to Mexico or Belize or anywhere in Central America, really, the native species of iguana is this one. It's not the green iguana that you see invasive in Florida. Those are native to South America and some of the ABC islands, but they are not the ones you find in Mexico and Central America. There's actually some other Central American species, but this one is the one in Mexico specifically. So beautiful animals, though. Really like them.
JT says Chocchobin in Costa Maya is really good. They saw a bunch of monkeys.
Chocchobin is the one I've been to.
Yeah.
I didn't see monkeys though. We had a tour guide. It was so good, and I'm a little bit of a nerd anyway, but I remember after doing that, I was already kind of interested in Mayan history, and I did sort of study up before we took that tour because I wanted to really understand what I was looking at. But after listening to this lady talk for like 2 hours on the transport back and forth, I came back and I found like university lectures on the Mayans. I've forgotten everything now, but what's a lot of people don't realize is that, or don't think about, I don't think about it, is that Mayan civilization went for so long. So you go and look at 3 different Mayan ruins, it's like the difference between looking at like ancient Greece and the Industrial Revolution. Like there's that much time, I think. That math may be off, but I'm pretty sure it's probably not. But there's a huge amount of time that elapsed with the Mayan civilization. It's just, anyway, it's pretty cool. So, all right. So you guys like that experience though? You like the ruins a lot?
I liked it for one time.
For one time?
At one time, that's kind of good. That was on a bucket list of mine to go see a Mayan ruin somewhere, and we did it. And now I think that's enough for me. Well, and I think it's just mainly because we weren't feeling well and it was hot. And
it kind of clouded the experience for us.
Yeah, I get that. And honestly, like if you're not really nerding out on them, you've been to one Mayan ruin, you've been to them all. Now, if it's kind of like me with crocodiles, somebody's like alligator, crocodile, I've seen one, I've seen them all. And for me, I'm like, I know all the species and stuff. It's the same with, I think, history stuff. But for most people, probably one and done is probably good for the Mayan ruins. It is pretty neat, though. What I like about ancient history like that is that you're standing amongst structures that, I just think about, man, somebody built this 500 years ago, 2,000 years ago, whatever the time period of your Mayan temple. That just to stand back, kind of think about that, because we don't get that as much in the United States, because most of the structures that are here, maybe a little bit less if you go to like the Northeast or something, like where I've lived, even St. Augustine, you're only going back like maybe, I don't know, a couple hundred years, something like that. Not like if you go to Europe or something like that. So but that does exist in North America and South America. Would you go to another one? I would, yeah.
That's good, because I haven't been to one.
Oh, I know.
And this was a carnival. This was a carnival excursion.
Oh yeah.
And it was actually run pretty well. It was an hour drive away, and they had an air conditioned bus that was really nice, and the air conditioner worked really good.
I was freezing on the way there. We had brought our towels, and I had to actually cover up my towel like a blanket.
But we had lunch that was included, and it was decent. It wasn't bad. Yeah. Wasn't anything gourmet or anything, but it wasn't bad.
It was like prepared by this family that they just stop there on the way, and they provide a lunch there, and then they have like an outdoor outside their house, an outdoor
pavilion.
Yeah, pavilion, and it's all like home cooked meal that you get. And the chicken that they provided the seasoning was amazing. I thought it was really good. Yeah, and then rice and beans. Yeah.
I wonder if I did an excursion in Belize, and they gave us a meal afterwards that was like this chicken that had some kind of seasoning on it that was like some of the best chicken I've ever had. And
I'm not a big chicken fan, and I was like, this is good. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I was a little concerned about the hour drive, but it was fine. The bus was nice, and we had a pretty good tour guide, so she told us all kind of stuff about Belize. So.
That's what's great is like if you get a decent tour guide, then that time goes, and just seeing. I mean, you're driving through another country, and so it's just usually there's interesting things to look at. But I think
we need to stand the man for every.
yeah. I don't know if I'd trust riding that far away from the cruise ship with him. That is one thing I would say is to my knowledge, all of the Mayan ruins that you can do through cruising in Mexico and Central America, I would definitely go through the cruise company for those. I would not trust an outside excursion company because they are off. There are a few exceptions, but they're not as impressive. To get to the real big ruins, you're looking at an hour or more drive, and you don't want to get stuck in Belize, or I mean, I kind of do want to get stuck in Belize, to be honest, but I also don't want to get stuck in Belize. So that's cool. So after Belize, you went to Roatan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roatan.
And were you Mahogany Bay?
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful port. One of the most beautiful ports, I think, even though it's kind of a shopping mall, cookie cutter port, but it's still just gorgeous. I love Honduras. I love Roatan, Honduras. I haven't seen Honduras mainland at all, but tell us about that experience.
That excursion, 6 of us, wasn't it?
Same 6 that did the
Yep.
Mayan ruin.
Yeah, same 6 that did the Mayan ruins. We went on a little semi-submarine adventure.
But we toured. We got to see some of the mainland and get off and walk the streets a little bit too with that tour, which we hadn't done in Roatan before, and that was pretty cool to see. There's so many stray dogs running too.
Yeah. This was terrible picture quality on here because I did a little screen grab from a video, but that kind of showed you what the inside of the bottom of the boat looked like.
If
So
you could get a higher definition, I'd really like to see the back of that guy's head and more. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, that captures it though. I think what's really important about this picture is when people hear about these excursions, this is what it looks like, and that's not a bad thing. It's just, it could be confusing as to, because did it actually go underwater? Was it an actual submersible or was it on the surface?
No, it's a from the top side, it looks like just a regular fishing boat or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it has this part where you go down the steps and get down to the underside here. So you're underwater here.
Okay. But it
I did
doesn't
get to see a
actually
sea
go
turtle,
underwater, right? It's a boat with an underwater viewing.
Yes.
Is that accurate? Yes. Okay. Which is cool though. I've been on glass bottom boats and stuff, and you don't get as good of a view with those as you do with this.
Like you're how was the visibility here?
That particular day, they said the visibility was fairly cloudy until we got out just a little ways, and then it cleared up.
Well, when the sun came out, they said if the sun came out, it would clear up even more. And the sun did come out, and we were able to see some. And of course, they were feeding, so to get some activity. But I did spot a sea turtle out. It was a small one, but I did get to see one, and I was the first one to point it out, so I was pretty proud of that. And,
that's all.
Yeah.
And a jellyfish went by right by my window, and that was super neat to see.
Yeah, and I didn't include any other pictures or anything through the windows because you could see through them, not too bad. But trying to get a picture or video through them didn't work too well because of reflections.
I sent one. We had about 5 of what I sent you come by us. Did you get that one?
I did.
And the one stopped. One stopped and looked right at us.
Hey, he's got my fins on. Those are my fins. Those are white. Mine are blue, but those could be blue, just the lighting.
Well, nobody else can see it yet, so you need to calm down.
Sorry, I got excited.
So he stopped and waved at us. I didn't get a good picture of the wave, but there was about 5 divers that went by us, and
it looks like your Evo swim top and your shark bottoms.
Yeah, that could have been me.
That could have been Matt.
I wasn't there, was I? No, I haven't.
Well, if you were, I'll be upset because you didn't take me with you.
So when you guys told me you did this, my first thought is, did you get motion sick? Because I did a glass bottom boat in the Keys, and and it wasn't that choppy, but I mean, everybody was getting motion sick, and I am pretty susceptible to that, believe it or not, more so then I think than now. But you guys said you did okay with it, right?
Yeah, anytime we do something like this, now, like on a regular cruise, I never take any kind of Dramamine or Bonine or anything.
Yeah,
I never really have a problem with motion sickness, but I know if we're doing an excursion that has something like this, I'll take one just in case because I don't want to get sick. So I did take one, but
I don't think it.
Nobody in our group complained anything about motion sickness at all. So.
And the one I was on it wasn't the same setup, so it may have been that, but that was good to hear. Now my next question for you guys, because you guys have done a lot of snorkeling, if somebody were to ask you, which is about to happen, would you recommend snorkeling, or if you're able to snorkel? Would you recommend snorkeling, or would you recommend doing this excursion? Which gives you the better experience?
snorkeling, definitely.
Now,
Okay.
for me, because I get panic attacks and I can't always snorkel. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. This was better for me because I could breathe. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so I really liked it. This was kind of a treat for me because I've never really gone out too far to really see what's. I just have only been where there's sand, to snorkel and just see the fish there because I can't. I'm too afraid with my panic attacks that I'll get out too far and then not be able to get back. So this was a real treat for me to actually see what's under the under the water. And
Yeah, we actually got to see some of the reef and everything.
yeah,
So-
so that was really neat. I enjoyed that.
And I'm glad I asked that because one of the things that I think is important to remember is that different experiences are better for different people. And so knowing what works for you is important. So this can help people, if you're really comfortable snorkeling, you probably want to snorkel. But if you're not, or there's other advantages to doing this because they probably had, usually they have fish ID cards or they've got somebody on board pointing out species and stuff like that, and you can have conversations with the people you're with. So there are advantages to that. It's kind of like the full face mask versus the traditional snorkeling mask. It's like, if you ask me, I'm going to say traditional snorkeling mask all day long, but there are people like my mom, for example, that full face mask is definitely much, much better experience for her than a regular. Yeah, so it's not one size fits all with these underwater experiences. You got to find what works for you and what you're comfortable with, because at the end of the day, what's important is that you have the best experience for you. So that's cool that you guys did that, and we can kind of have that shared interaction with that and understand that better. That's cool. All right, so anything else?
When we got on there, got down in there, they handed back like an 8x10 printed laminated card with all the species of fish that you could potentially see on this excursion. And so people were able to this is, and I actually was finding them and being able to identify them. And then the guide he would call them out by name too if somebody pointed to one, and if he could see it in time, he would say what it was too for easier recognition. But
yeah, we had a pretty good guide on that tour as well. That was also a one through Carnival.
Okay.
And I will say the air conditioner, they had an air conditioner down in that little semi-submarine, and it worked pretty good. It was comfortable down there.
Yeah.
So. That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I think for people that are not as familiar with fish species, and normally if they snorkel, then they'd probably just be like, there's a pretty fish, there's a pretty fish, there's a pretty fish, which is fine. But when you add that element of, got to collect all, it changes the experience. It's like when Kimber and I first got together, like she didn't really care about birds, and then we started IDing birds, and now she's like a bird fanatic, and now she's got all these ID guys. But it changes like a hike in the woods from, oh, there's a pretty bird to, oh, we saw one of those today, we haven't seen one of those before, or we only saw that. So it's just it adds levels of fun for some people too. Yeah, cool. Anything else of note in Roatan?
Oh, we got some Roatan Aratan money.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It was they have most of their money is bills, even if it's change. So we got this.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
And
nice.
The back of it looks like that.
Interesting. Okay.
And then the other two pieces we got look like this.
Oh, cool.
And that's the back of it. And all three of those, I looked it up. All three of these are 81 cents
for us.
Our dollars. So
but why are we stuck on just green money? Like, why does everybody else have this really beautiful, colorful money and we just have green? Like, can we?
I've
can we just
decided
pass
that I'm gonna start collecting bills from everywhere we go and then
Yeah.
scrapbook them for my granddaughter.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
cool.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. When
Yeah,
Sean brought up the Australian money, I was like, man, your money is so much more interesting. Like, it's really cool. So,
Yeah, we actually got that by mistake. The guy misunderstood me. We stopped and bought a couple of drinks, and I was just wanting to make sure that they would make change for us in American dollars. And he
Right.
took that as meaning I wanted an American dollar worth of their money, so, which was fine. That,
That's cool. Yeah. It's a cheap souvenir that's very unique and very appropriate to the, very specific to the area. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
very cool. So, okay. So then, you had another port stop, or was it just the three?
Nope, that was it. We had two
Okay.
sea days and then back to Miami.
Okay. So tell us.
And I finally almost won the Golden Girls trivia. Almost.
Oh.
Finally, but I had I missed one question, but I knew the two tiebreaker questions. So if I would have
Yeah.
just got that one, maybe next time.
And somebody on there knew all of them.
Yeah. And there was 5 people up there for the tiebreaker.
Ah, wow.
And then
Wow.
two of them got it. And then no, one of them got it. But if I would have made it, I would have tied with him and then would have had to go to the second one. So I asked the Fun Squad guy afterwards, what would have been the next tiebreaker? Because I wanted to know what it would have been to see if I would have known it. And I would have known it.
Ah, that's like more intense than Harry Potter trivia. That many people. Were they giving out ships on a stick, or were they giving out? Oh,
Yeah.
good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
It seems like they're back.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing we forgot to mention while we were at Paradise Beach, the playlist cast performers were there as well.
Oh, really?
So this is the second time that we have been near the playlist cast. So this time they were at the same resort we went to, and then the last time when we saw them, they were we were at Princess Key, and they were down at the same area as us, which we were down kind of in a secluded, we were the only ones down there. So I think they were trying to get away from people too, is my guess. And they were taking pictures of each other coming out of the water and stuff, just having fun. So it was really nice to see them, to be able to see them out having fun sometimes. But so that's kind of cool. And we really liked the theater stuff. So we the first night, kind of the welcome aboard show, when the playlist cast performs, that's kind of like a make it or break it for us if we're gonna like the cast or not. We've had a few where we're like, gosh, they're just not very good, And then we've had a couple where we have gone to every single show, even the double shows, seen them twice in the same night, just because they're so good. So, we like that's one of our favorite parts.
Cool.
I want to say hi to Paul
And Meg.
Yeah,
hey Meg. Hey Paul.
Yeah, hey, Paul and Meg.
Hey, Paul and Meg.
at least from us.
Call her out like that.
I'm going
Jeez.
to, because
Hi, Meg. Just ignore her.
I missed Meg. I thought she
that's
hated
fine.
us or something. I was like, where's she been?
So, any other comments or things you want to say about the magic or your cruise in general?
Yeah, well, we have a picture to show you of our group.
Oh, yeah.
It was 12 of us total.
Oh, wow.
We got the photographer to try to get us all in here.
And
So,
one thing we learned about group photos, they print a whole bunch, and you have to buy the print. They don't sell a digital of the group.
Really? Interesting. Huh.
all the other pictures you could get the print or the digital,
Or
but
both or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, this one we had to buy the print. They wouldn't do it digitally.
Could you,
They said-
you could preview the digital then?
nope, it didn't show up on the app at all. We had to go actually find it in the
Wow.
rack.
I wonder if they just don't know who to connect it to, or if there's like a
Well,
reason that.
They probably don't want you to buy one and then share it with everyone.
Oh yeah, that's that's what
Probably.
Yeah.
they want you to buy. Yeah,
They
but
want
I mean,
everyone to buy one.
I mean, there's a thing called a scanner.
Yeah.
Most phones can do that now pretty well.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's cool. Well, that's awesome. It sounds like you guys had a really good cruise, and I love the Western Caribbean. I love all those places that you guys went to.
Yes. Yeah, we had a good time. Just wish we wouldn't have gotten a cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the
I mean,
couples
it
that
happens.
was with us, we met them on our third cruise. We met them on the Magic, and we hadn't seen them for like 4 years, and then they came on this. They hadn't cruised since. So.
Oh, and this was our first time having a cove balcony.
Oh yeah.
We had a
Oh, okay.
with this couple. We had a connecting room so we could keep the doors open between us.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the balcony didn't work that way.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah. The coves are weird like that. They don't always open. You got to be like on the right side, and even then, sometimes they won't let you do it. But
I like the cove balcony. It's more shaded. You know, you're not in the. I don't know. I really liked it.
that's our
the only
favorite.
issue with it is it was so humid most of the places we were going that we didn't spend much time out there at all. But it was really nice to be able to have the window and walk out there when you wanted to, to be able to look and having a room with a couch in it, that was nice. So
you're just so close to the water. I think that's the thing I really love about it. You're so close to the water. It's just really cool.
Stan was seeing fish just from our looking over the balcony. He was able to see fish in the water.
That's cool.
I saw one little bitty tiny fish about that big get knocked through the waves. That was about it.
Oh wow! Did you see any flying fish?
No,
no,
sure didn't.
They're a hit or miss, but if you see one, usually you'll see more. But you gotta usually really look for them, and even then, it's hit or miss. So, but that's cool. That's cool. Well,
we've got people talking.
Okay.
So Les says, did you like the Cove balcony? We have one on our upcoming cruise. Been really wanting to try it.
Yes, we really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it. I would probably recommend that over a regular balcony any day.
For sure.
We would be on the same
like
page with that. That's definitely our favorite cabin type is a Cove balcony. Yeah. If you like the water and it's, if you like being close to the water, you get a better view maybe from an upper balcony. Like if you want that panoramic view, like maybe Alaska, maybe you'd be better off not doing a Cove if you're doing a thing. But yeah, I just love being that close to the water and just smell it.
Feel it.
And then Meg says, sorry, I've been so busy. You have to go back to podcast. It's not going to get any better for me. Basically, have a new job, but it's exciting. Well, that's very exciting.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah,
that is a good reason.
We have talked about doing some shorter version of the podcast, but so far it's only been talks.
It's on our list.
It's on our list of
50 other things we're trying to do.
We'd like to do,
but what we are going to do is we're going to have a little fun with some pirate trivia to celebrate yesterday's Talk to Pirate Day. And Gina and Stacy will keep you on here you can answer questions if you want. You don't have to, but we will bring up the little QR code and thing for people out there if they do want to play. It's just 10 questions, and they are multiple choice. So a variety of piratical questions. And while you are queuing that, I'm going to go grab our Oreo sodas.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh no, I don't want that. Turn that off. Okay. Yeah, so if you want to join us for a pirate trivia, not a private trivia, a pirate trivia, you can use the QR code or go to play.triviamaker.com, put in the code, and we've got some fun pirate questions.
And if there's a tie, then Marty will be the judge.
Okay, right back.
Oh, okay. Our first two incoming players are Stacy and Gina.
They're incoming and they're on. I don't know. I have nothing.
Marty's like, did you see Marty like plop her legs down and lay down? Meg says, what's the website? It's play.triviamaker.com.
Yep. And this in the little screen there is I guess they only do these in Coke Zero. It's the Oreo Coca-Cola. I'm going to give you one.
Okay. Ooh,
And
they're cold.
Me one. We'll pop it open.
Open it up.
If anybody out there has had one of these.
Oh, thank you, Meg, for posting that for us.
Oh, thanks, Meg. Tell us your experience with it. And cheers, salute, all that stuff. I'm smelling it like it's a fine wine.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. I have good thoughts.
I'm very happy with this.
I'm glad we got the 10-pack.
I'm very happy with this. It's like
Oreo Coke.
Which doesn't sound necessarily.
It doesn't sound bad. You know what? I love Oreos.
I do too. Yeah.
So I don't care.
If you like Oreos and you like Coke, and it's 0 calories, so they don't. Like I said, I don't think they make it in a.
We've only seen it in 0.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell it's a diet soda. It's real good.
Mm.
It's like you can taste all the flavors in there. Like I get the Coke, but then I also get like the chocolate cookie flavor, but I get the
cream,
the white stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meg
Oreo.
says, I
Oh,
just
my weird
love
outfit.
Coke Zero. Tell me the deets. It is Oreo. Where's my camera? Wait.
It's
There you
right
go.
there, yeah.
It's Oreo Coke Zero.
We found it at Target. We haven't seen it anywhere else yet. It probably is other places, but we haven't seen it.
Yeah, I say definitely Coke Zero, but the Oreo in there is like real good.
We also have, but we'll wait to try these. Whoa, to a little bit. We also have the Coca-Cola flavored Oreos. So, and I didn't get milk, and that's almost criminal for me not to get milk with my Oreos.
Did you forget, or you?
I did forget, but at the same time, if there's an Oreo cookie that wouldn't go well with milk, it might be this one. But I don't know. But maybe. I mean, I like a Coke milkshake. So
Meg says they have it in full flavor in Atlanta, but we don't drink Pepsi here. Well, this is Coke.
Okay. Yeah. Isn't Coca-Cola Atlanta based? Or is Pepsi? Yeah. So you should
say the flavor of the cookies again.
They're literally just called.
They're Oreos Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you the package.
Move it closer.
You thought you said coconut, and I said Coca-Cola, so we had to have a winner.
We got Oreo flavored Coke, and we got Coke flavored Oreos.
Interesting.
And what I really wanted to figure out is what kind of liquor to mix with this, and it may be rum, like you said, because I don't want it. I really don't want to hide the flavor of the soda behind anything. I mean, if I was a vodka drinker, I'd probably just put vodka in it, but I'm not. So
I think it'd be good with a rum.
Mm-hmm.
Like
rum and Coke Oreo, rum and Oreo Coke. I don't know. It's good.
You drink
Remorio.
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 That's either a fish that hooks onto sharks, or it's a guy that made a zombie film in the 60s, or I think it was the 60s when he made the first one. But anyway, yeah. All right, we got some players.
All right, we've got 5 in here. Are we ready to start this?
Let's get this going.
We've been waiting. We've been excited for this.
All right. I lost my mouse, so give me a second. All right.
One of the snakes probably ate it.
I'm going to actually. Oh, you have your phone. Can you take a picture of this so that if somebody pops in and didn't get a chance to get in, take the whole thing. Yeah, just like that.
Go ahead.
All right. Are we ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I want to
ready.
People in the chat tell me that they're ready.
You gotta get.
Are you ready to see
ready.
the questions?
Me hearties.
Is
Ready
Marty
your
the prize?
laptop.
Is
What's
Marty the prize?
No,
No.
Marty's not the prize.
Marty's
Darn.
sleeping with her pirate hat on. I'm really impressed with my pirate hat.
It's really good for an idea you came up with literally like 10 minutes before we left work. And we went to Joann's and
Here, yes, I said I want to make Marty a hat. We went to Joann's. I bought a sheet of foam, and I came home and I was like, "How am I gonna do this?" Yeah, and I put it together.
Cricket. The
5
cricket.
minutes.
Could have
Well,
cut it out with your cricket.
yeah, she just cut out scissors and then I drew a little skull and crossbones on it.
And then I got some string and I was like, "This will work."
So it was a team effort.
Yeah. We need to get photos before we put her away tonight of this because that's pretty cute.
Yeah. All right, we've got 7 people in. Let's do this thing.
7 people.
Mine only shows 6.
You and 6 others.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the first question. What character does Kermit play in Muppet Treasure Island? And your possible answers are Captain Smollett, Long John Silver, Jim Hawkins, or Billy Bones.
So I have 2 questions to ask you.
Yes, I did randomize the answers. And also, I didn't make them all the same spot just in case I messed that up.
Bless you.
And you make it no timer.
I also made it no timer.
Perfect.
I learned from my mistakes.
Then we're doing good. Apparently everybody answered.
Oh, Captain Smollett. And if you click that little question mark.
Yep, I got it.
Oh, but I do have a typo. Kermit play the brave and honorable Captain Abraham Smollett, which is a real character in the actual Treasure Island novel, which I have never read. Have you ever read Treasure Island?
No.
I should read that.
I should read that too. I wonder if that's on Kindle.
I should
Unlimited.
read that.
Yeah.
Does anybody know if that's on Kindle Unlimited? Because currently I have Kindle Unlimited, so that's how I'm trying to read it.
I did read The Island by Peter Benchley, which is about pirates in the Turks and Caicos, but
Paul, stop distracting. All right. You ready for the next question?
I'm ready.
How do I get to the next question?
Hit the arrow, maybe, on that
There
one.
you go. Oh.
Oh, that gives us, okay, then next, maybe.
Stacy and Gina got it right.
Oh, nobody else got it right?
Apparently not.
Wow, all right.
Unless there's a time. Was there a timer on it?
I hit no timer.
I
so
know,
there
I'm
shouldn't
asking.
be.
Treasure Island is on Kindle.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know Unlimited. Okay.
All right. Well, let's keep going and we'll see what happens. The next question. Hollywood often portrays pirates wearing eye patches. If pirates did wear eye patches, which is very debatable, what did they likely wear them for? Was it to adjust light changes above and below deck? Was it they wore them to protect one of their eyes so they wouldn't be totally blinded? Or was it that they often lost eyes during sword fighting? Or they were a symbol of wealth and power? And I will tell you, when I was doing my research for this trivia game, what I found out is that everything I know about pirates is wrong. It's all Hollywood. It's all, and I kind of knew that, but not only that, but as I was trying to find questions and I would do more research to make sure I had the right answer, I found lots of contradictory things even about the stuff that I could. There's a lot known about pirates, but none of it's the fun and exciting stuff that Hollywood has taught us, or fiction in general, not just Hollywood. All right, so let's see how we did there. There's a little question mark.
Paul says they scratched their eye with their hook. All right.
Don't forget the question mark.
Oh, the question mark.
There you go. There you go. Yes. There is no evidence that pirates actually wore eye patches. There's no historical pirates known to have worn eye patches. But Mythbusters tested the light and dark theory, I think in 2009, and they found it to be plausible.
That is why I got this answer correct.
From
He's a big
Mythbusters?
I love Mythbusters.
Big Mythbusters fan.
I never saw that episode. I think I did see that episode because when I was looking for a picture, I saw, like, I think I remember them testing the cannonball shrapnel thing and stuff with like a gel man or something. But yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Okay, we got some people scoring there. Some
All right.
Kevin and O Girl. I don't know who O Girl is, but you go, girl. Pirate flags with a skull and crossbones are referred to as what?
Marty's hat.
The Jolly Rancher, the Black Spot, the Black Flag, or the Jolly Roger?
You staying awake, Marty Face?
This is really good. I'm very happy with this.
Good.
This Coca-Cola Oreo thing is.
Oh, Meg says she clicked.
Oh no! Did you click the Jolly Rancher, Meg? Because it's kind of a little bit of a snare there. It is the Jolly Roger. Now, only a few actual Jolly Rogers have been found. I think there's actually 3 that have been preserved, and they look a little less intimidating than the ones that we see in fiction. But here's what's interesting. The origin of the name Jolly Roger either came from, or the 2 leading theories, is that it came from a Frenchman who was nicknamed the French version of Jolly Roger. His name wasn't Roger, but I guess that was like something gentleman. And he wore a red coat with, I think, that symbol on it. Or Old Roger was apparently synonymous with the devil. So it might have been, so that's another theory about the origin of the Jolly Roger. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. All right. Onwards.
All right. If we were playing golf, Meg would be winning.
That was kind of mean. I blame Paul anyway. There's another flag question. If an attacking pirate ship flew a plain black flag, what message were they likely conveying to the ship that they were attacking? Was it no quarter or mercy would be given? Was it nothing at all? Was it quarter mercy would be given? Or was it pirates didn't actually fly plain black flags? Whoa. This is one of those things I learned about this that I didn't really know anything about this, actually. But I learned a lot more about flags than I ever thought I would when it comes to pirates.
Like Sheldon's fun with flags. Meg says, my favorite punk band uses the Jolly Roger as their inspiration. Die Totenhosen.
Oh, okay. I thought you were okay. Well, Meg, stay tuned because in the follow-up, where there's going to be a reference, not to that specifically, but sort of in the same realm. This one is tougher. You can tell there's no timer because the other ones people answered pretty quickly. And it is that they would show mercy. They would give quarter to that ship. So go ahead and click on that little question mark if you would. There you go, Meg. Not the band you were talking about, but black flag. A red flag meant no quarter would be given. So they would often put up the black flag. They would fly a country flag to
shouting at the computer.
They would fly a country flag to lure the other ship in, and then they would replace it with the black flag. And then if they didn't surrender, they'd put up the red flag, which meant we're just going to kill all of you. Apparently, that's what I read. Also, black flags were flown to show that somebody on board had like the plague. So that was, and also yellow flags to show yellow fever. So some pirates probably flew those to keep ships away from them, to keep from being caught. But if they flew the flag that's on this screen, it meant that they had time machines and were fans of punk rock, because that's the black flag that I'm familiar with. And that and the roach killer. Black flag is also a roach killer. But anyway, yes.
Meg says, apparently I suck at pirates. And Kevin said the pirates went to the Black Flag concert.
That's right. I've never seen that band in concert. I've seen 2 of the lead singers in other bands, but yeah. Okay. Moving on.
I'd always heard the Black
All right. Let's see.
What does the term keel haul refer to? Is it a stowaway that hides in the cargo hold? Is it part of the bottom of the ship? Is it a brutal form of torture? Or is it a large amount of treasure acquired? What is a keel haul refer to? Marty, do you know this one?
When are you going to take a picture of her?
After we're done with the live.
Okay.
Try that.
What do you think?
Oh.
Where's my
Okay.
glasses?
Or it could be.
Oh.
This is a term that I was familiar with, but I wasn't certain I knew the meaning of it, so I had to Google it to fully understand what it meant.
You pick.
I don't know.
D.
Okay.
Incorrect.
And it is a brutal form of
Mm.
torture. Thankfully, there is little evidence that this torture was actually practiced by pirates, if at all practiced by pirates. There are a few records of it from like different navies. Keel hauling goes all the way back to like ancient Greece, I think is the first records of it, but there's not a lot of records of proof that anybody actually did it. There's a few, but basically this picture doesn't really paint the picture very accurately. What they would do is they would put weights on your feet. They would tie 2 ropes to you. They would throw you overboard near the front of the ship. And then one rope would be on the, oh gosh, what are the tires? The port. And one would be on the, starboard. Thank you. I can't think of words.
Did you forget how to ship?
I forgot port and starboard. This is why I haven't been on a cruise in so long. I forgot port and starboard.
I know.
Is this a cruising channel or what?
It's terrifying. It's terrifying. Anyway, they would then run them along the keels. The keel, of course, is that peak at the bottom of the ship, and they would haul them back and forth from one side to the other, and there's all the barnacles and stuff on there. So besides the beating of the ship and the water almost drowning them, then they get shredded by barnacles. Terrible torture. So yeah, there you go. There's your fun fact there for you. All right. Oh, Stacy and Gina, you guys are still up at the top.
Yeah,
there.
there's some catching up.
Yeah,
we missed that one.
You missed that one. All right. Well, you're giving Kevin an overall chance. Ed and Anita are right behind.
I don't think Meg understands how this works.
I think Meg understands how it works. All right. Let's go on to our next question. How many Pirates of the Caribbean films have there been? Is it, these come up randomly, but is it basically 3, 4, 5, or 6? That's the question. And
or 6, 5, 3, or 4. If 6, you want to say them in order.
3 or 4, if you want to say it in order, yes. and yeah. How many?
Oh, that was fast.
The answer is 5. Yeah, 5. I thought 4, and I'm sure I've seen them all.
Yeah, we thought 4 as well.
You thought 4 as well, yeah. But there they are: The Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End. Those are the ones I watched over and over and over again. And then On Stranger Tides, and I think 2017
Tell No Tales.
Was Tell No Tales. Dead Men Tell No Tales.
That's interesting because I didn't realize that there were 5.
Yeah.
But all of those names sound familiar to me. So obviously I did. I haven't seen them all.
I need to rewatch them because it's been a while.
Well, maybe
I would like to rewatch them as well.
Maybe next week is Pirate Week.
Oh, maybe
one a day.
One a day. All right. We can do that.
All right. Next week is Pirate Week, everyone. Watch your pirate movies.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, girl tied.
Oh.
Tied for that lead spot.
I want to know who Oh Girl is.
Yeah, who is Oh Girl? Who is?
And
if
you don't want to tell me, that's fine.
Yeah,
I I just want to know.
Oh, girl. That's yeah.
All right.
All right. What is the name for the portion of deck above the captain's cabin? Is it the aft flat, the poop deck, the captain's balcony, or the helm deck? What is the name for the portion of deck above the captain's cabin? I will tell you this.
Don't tell them anything.
Well, I just want to say there's a lot more decks on a ship than I realized.
Oh, okay.
Like when I was trying to figure this one out a little bit, and there was some clarification I needed for my follow-up, and yeah, there's a lot more decks than I realized on a pirate ship, or any ship for that matter, probably. And then we're not talking like the Lido deck here. Okay, we're talking about, a ship that has basically like multi-levels, but not like overlapping as much decks.
Paul says the helm deck. Meg says, I do know, by the way, how this works. You finished your Oreo Coke already?
I did, yeah.
I'm sick.
Are you? And it is the poop deck. The poop deck that's what it is. I knew there was such a thing as a poop deck. And the origin of the poop deck, it originates from the French word for stern, poop, poupée, from the Latin pupus, which sounds like puppies. Thus, the poop deck is technically a stern deck, which in sailing ships was usually elevated as the roof of the stern or after cabin. That's where the name aft comes from. Didn't put that one together, as obvious as it seems to me now. Also known as the poop cabin, or simply the poop. So there you go. And sometimes the helm is on the poop deck, but often it's on the quarter deck, which is a small, slightly raised deck in front of the poop deck, but not on the main deck, which is probably not called the main deck, but I can't remember because there's too many decks to keep straight. So anyway, I learned a lot about pirates doing this research, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's lots of cool info.
I have to say something.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, are you Deb?
Our friend Deb, who was on our cruise with us, is in the chat.
Oh.
Well, she messaged and said she was going into the YouTube video. She couldn't quite figure it out, and then she goes, "Duh, I figured it out." So I'm wondering if that's her playing. So can you comment, Deb, if that's you, please?
Kevin says you are showing a picture of the helm deck. Fair, not fair.
So sometimes the helm is on the poop deck, and then it is not the helm deck. So I went back and forth about which pictures. That's when I learned all the decks, Kevin. So I was like, is the helm on the poop deck? Because I was going to make reference to that. And then some pictures it was, some pictures it wasn't. And then I found out that often it is on the quarter deck, but sometimes it is on the poop deck. So yes, the picture was potentially a little misleading. I will give you that, but it's still over the captain's cabin or a cabin.
Oh, Meg got that right.
There you go, Meg.
Good job,
You
Meg.
leader.
Hey, Meg. Welcome to the board.
Oh, girl just moved up.
Oh, girl.
And I don't even know what question we're on. There's not very many left.
There's either one or two left.
Okay. All right. I think I know what the last question is, so
yeah.
This is not it.
No.
All right. Edward Teach, a.k.a. Blackbeard, captained a ship named what? Was it Adventure Galley, the Black Pearl, Queen Anne's Revenge, or Royal Fortune? Which one is old Blackbeard's ship, which was only under this name for 7 months? It had a different name, and then he ran it aground off the shore of North Carolina. And one of the ladies that works at the aquarium was on a dive team as a student when they found the cannons, and there was a lot of secrecy about, ooh, this could be the Blackbeard ship. But it was like, it is still, that was I think in the 90s. and it is still under litigation today as like, I think they shut down salvaging on it because there's like lawsuits and stuff. It's kind of sad, but anyway, that photograph is a model of it from the North Carolina History Museum. It is, of course, the Queen Anne's Revenge, as one of my favorite Irish punk bands sings. And the Queen Anne's Revenge wreck was discovered in 1996. It was confirmed by the discovery of several artifacts, including a brass coin weight bearing the bust of Queen Anne of Great Britain, and this is the fun part, a urethral syringe for treating venereal diseases with a control mark indicating manufacture between 1707 and 1715 in Paris, France. Now, there were other artifacts to confirm it, but apparently they put this thing in, and put mercury in it. Mercury was a common cure for syphilis in that time, and all the way up until I think maybe the early 20th century, but definitely into the 19th century, it almost definitely didn't do anything except for give people mercury poisoning. I also learned a lot about syphilis because I didn't know that much about syphilis, and now I know way more about syphilis than I ever wanted to. But they actually found traces of mercury still in it. So that's terrifying. And syphilis is a horrible disease. Don't get it. I mean, there are cures for it now, but yeah. Yes, flogging Molly, Meg. That's right. And Kevin. Yes. Yes, indeed.
I know flogging Molly.
There's apparently a jazz song too called Queen Anne's Revenge. I don't know. Also, a little fun fact: if you go to Coco Cay, they have a replica of the Queen Anne's Revenge that you can snorkel on, which is really just a concrete wall with cannons in it. If you've ever seen my Stingray painting, it's in the background of the Stingray painting. But yeah, so that's kind of cool.
All right, this might be the last one.
Also, Blackbeard, there's a lot of legends that Blackbeard retired and lived into his 40s, but it is almost certain that he died around the age of 27. So a lot of that apparently is myth, which was apparently the average life expectancy of a pirate was 27. And one thing I read pointed out that all the pirates that we know about were probably not really the best pirates because they're the ones that got caught and often killed. So the ones that we didn't hear about are probably the ones that were the best. I thought that was an interesting perspective on that. Anyway, all right. Last question, I believe.
Nope,
not the last question.
Sure there's only 10?
Yeah, there's only 10.
Okay.
Do you know there's another one after this?
I know what the last one is.
Oh, okay, this isn't it. All right, which pirate-themed video game features a character called LeChuck?
Well, I could be wrong. I know what the picture is on your question mark.
Okay, Sea of Thieves, The Secret of Monkey Island, Sid Meier's Pirates, or Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag? I have played all of these games that are on this list.
I have not.
You've played.
I've held almost every one of those controllers.
Yes, I have had all those controllers. Well, maybe not the one.
I have not had 2 of them.
I don't think I ever had is that a Sega Dreamcast in the middle top?
Yeah.
I never had a Sega Dreamcast. I had all the
I never had the top middle and the bottom middle, but all the others.
The bottom middle was a Nintendo 64. I definitely had that.
Oh, then I did have that one. I'm sorry.
That's when I kind of found video games.
Yeah, it's just the top middle one I haven't had.
I currently have all except the first 2 on the top.
Oh, the Atari?
Yeah, I've never had Atari.
Yeah,
I've never
not as old as some of us.
My first system was NES.
Yeah.
And yeah.
My Super Nintendo controller is up in the closet out there. But at Christmas time, my family would always play Pac-Man with the Atari, and we would have little tournaments. And we would have to wrap Band-Aids around our thumbs because of all the blisters we would get from moving that joystick around.
We went through so many Atari controllers as a kid. Oh,
Yeah, they didn't hold up real well. You know what blew my mind is like Atari was so like mind-blowing technology, and then I was teaching like a circuitry class when I worked at a science center, and we got like a kit, and the kids like soldered and made a Pong game that they could just plug into a TV. It was like a little tiny circuit board. Remember how big the Pong tables were? And it just looked just like Pong. So it was crazy. All right, what is Meg saying? Well, in Pokemon we have Lechonk. Oh, you'll like that, Lechonk.
I hate that word.
She doesn't like the word chonk. Meg says, Gina, you're too young for an Atari.
Yeah. I'm almost 50, Meg, and I have a grandbaby.
All right, let's see. And this is the answer, Secret Monkey Island. It was a point-and-click PC adventure game released in 1990 by Lucasfilm Games. A special edition version was released in 2009 with updated graphics. And I don't know how you can see that, but I've played both of those versions, although I haven't beat the updated one. I've played a few different versions of Monkey Island. It's a fun game.
They have it on iPad too.
It's on iOS. It's on a lot of things now. Some of the different ones, but it's a very whimsical, funny video game. Yeah. So if you like puns and pirate humor, it's some of the puzzles are pretty good though. They can be a little tricky and frustrating at times, but it's fun. All right.
I also want to say, but thank you, Meg. It made me feel good.
Meg gets an extra several points. This is the last question. Talk Like a Pirate Day, September 19th or the 19th of September. What year was the holiday Talk Like a Pirate Day conceived? And that's an important distinction because it wasn't really celebrated right away, but it was conceived, was it 2005, 2010, 1995, or 2000 in an awkward lineup because it should have been 95, 2000, 2005, or 2010, but it shuffles the answers. So which one is correct? Yo ho, talk like a pirate day.
I'm going to make Marty hats for every occasion.
Like there's a house. Then 1995. That's right. 1995. Two gentlemen in a racquetball course came up with the idea, and then it wasn't until I think 2002 when they sent it to Dave Barry, and he picked it up on his. I don't know if he did. I think he did a radio show or something at that point. I listened to CDs he did, and I guess that's when it took off. Anyway, yeah. And you can click. So, of course, we know that real pirates. Hang on a second.
Mm-hmm.
From the golden age of piracy, they never really talked like that and didn't say most of the pirate slang. But who cares, me hearties? Avast, belay that landlubber attitude, and go on account, which means become a pirate, by the way, so that we may search the high seas for booty until we find ourselves down in Davy Jones' locker. And now go ahead and enlarge that.
So I should have known Oh Girl, aka PS.
What?
The Trivia Masters. It's
Oh.
Pat.
Oh, wait.
Pat.
Oh, Pat. Oh, Pat was Oh Girl. That's funny.
Pat was Oh Girl.
That's funny. So I don't know how well you can read this, but if you can make your own pirate name. You basically use your first name, middle name, and last name, first letters, and then you find out who you are. I, for example, am Surly Dirty Locks O'Grady. Yeah, Surly Dirty Locks O'Grady. And Kimbra is Peg Leg DePlank Puffy Pants, which I think is very appropriate.
Puffy pants?
You wear puffy pants?
You want me to wear puffy pants?
Not really.
Are they puffy because I've got a big butt?
No, they're just That wouldn't be puffy pants then. Those would be tight.
Mine is Money Buckets Spike Jackson.
All right, Stacy, what's your pirate name?
Plundering Stinky Breath Bailey.
Oh,
that's a good one.
that is a good one. I know. I figured out my mom's earlier.
I like my first name, Money Buckets. I'll take that.
Yeah. I think your mom is also a
Stinky Breath. Yeah.
A puffy pants.
Plundering Stinky Breath Puffy Pants. So if you can see that and you want to, share your pirate name in the comments. And while you do that,
ooh, we're gonna pull out the Oreos.
we're gonna crack open the Coke Oreos.
I can't make this bigger, can I? No.
I don't think so.
It just is. Okay.
If you were really struggling and you're really bummed out about
just put
it.
in your initials and we'll read it for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can do that.
Does that not have a normal
It
top?
does. No, it's just a little one. It doesn't have that.
Okay.
Then, or also if you Google like, what's my pirate name, you'll find like a million of these in the image search. So.
That's real loud.
Sorry about that. Okay. So on one side, red, on the other side, brown, regular Oreo. It's got, this one has 2 Coke bottles. I'm getting like a mint. Oh, maybe that's like
you haven't shared anything with me. I guess I'll grab my
Well, I was going to give this one to you.
No, I want this one.
Okay. All right.
This one has the Coca-Cola.
Oh, there's different. Oh, yeah. Coke. Does it say Coke or Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola.
Oh, there's one that says.
They smell like Coke.
One that says Coke. I don't know if you guys can see it very well.
Well, we'll show them again when the screen's big.
And yeah, that may be it. I don't know how many varieties there are. All right.
You want to try this, or you want to pull this down and then try it? Nobody else has told us their names.
We'll pull it down. If somebody wants to, they can give us their initials, and we'll find their pirate name for them.
All right, I'm gonna.
You are pirate.
I'm trying to find anything.
Oh. You don't want you click? Oh, that's the problem. Okay.
What's that say?
Are you sure you want to exit? Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Hold on. There we go. I'm going to close this.
That probably would have been the, well, now we don't have that reference, but that's okay.
Well, we can find it.
All right.
Okay. Oh, Ed is Monkey Bucket Scarlet Sparrow. All right. Let's do this.
All right. Here we go.
It tastes like cupcakes.
Really? You think cupcakes?
It's kind of like cakey flavor.
It's got like little pop rock things in there or something.
I'd rather eat just regular Oreos. I mean, I will eat these.
The filling's got like little pop crystals or something. Yeah, they're popping.
Mm-hmm.
They're popping in my mouth like pop rocks.
That's the Coke fizz, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I am enjoying that sensation. But yeah, flavor-wise, they're okay. I feel like this is one of those Oreos, like mini Oreos, where if I eat too many, I'll be like, oh, I'm done with those for a while. But I'm not there yet. They're okay. And I do like the pop rock thing going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have that picture somewhere on your phone saved?
It's on my iPad. Did somebody ask?
Meg said you can do me.
Hmm.
But Meg, we need a middle initial as well to do it.
Yes.
Anita says she is Swashbuckler Patches Sparrow.
If you just do a search, I can go grab my iPad.
I mean, I can look at it.
Or just do a search for pirate names. It'll come right up.
I can't really get to things to do that.
Because there's a lizard in your way?
No, don't move her. I got it.
Okay. All right. How did you do on the trivia, Marty?
You won.
I think he slept through it.
Yeah.
Or she slept through it.
Her eye's open, though, on this side. Her eye is open. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Can you see that?
I can see that. Yeah, I can read it. All right.
Oh, that would make it smaller.
That doesn't help. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'll go back.
Okay.
Meg,
So,
Y, middle initial.
Okay, so we got M-Y-W.
W.
What? Is that a typo?
I don't know. I can't see it.
Okay, so your name, Meg, is Surly. 3 lies. That's what I'm not sure about. So like the word 3 and then capital L and then capital E-Y-E-S. 3 lies. Surly 3 lies Bailey.
Okay.
But it's not like lies. It's like maybe it's a play on that. 3
Is it like
3 lies.
lie soap lie?
L-Y-E. Wait.
Oh, no, you said E-Y-E.
E-Y-E. It's like eyes.
I don't know.
Like eyes on your face. Yeah. I don't know if that's a typo or if I'm just missing that. It is capital L-E.
I don't know.
Somebody else smarter will figure that out. But it's still pretty good. I like the surly part.
Les says, I like Oreos. I also like fish, fried, baked, sauteed, blackened.
Okay. Yeah, went over my head on that one, Les. Just like a jet.
Sounds like one's going over.
It does sound like that. I'm going to eat it out. Also, I will say that
I would like one of those.
this cream filling
is extra soft.
Is very soft. Yeah, it's very like mushy.
It's not.
That's the Coca-Cola one. They've already seen that one.
Oh, this is a Coke one.
Maybe they're made to be dunked in the Oreo Coke.
Oh. Maybe.
That could be interesting.
So I'm going like open top now.
I'm just not sold on it.
Well.
I don't not like it. I just don't really like it. I prefer regular Oreo.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want me to go? You're making me want to go get regular Oreos. What time is it?
Can you do egg white vines?
Yes.
NYV.
Yes, I would say 10 out of 10 on the Coke Oreo drink. I would say 5 out of 10 until you've had maybe 10 of them. Then it's probably like 2 out of 10 on the cookies. All right, what do we got?
MYV.
MYV. So we've got Surly, 3 Lies, Atlantis. Atlantis. How about that? That sounds pretty.
We went to Atlantis in what?
On a cruise in Nassau.
Yeah.
What did you
know
go
Atlantis
to?
was in Nassau, right?
Yeah.
Nassau.
Did you do the aquarium there?
No, we were on a different excursion, and they just kind of dropped you there for a little bit, and you kind of walked around the casino and looked around a little bit and left.
Did a little shopping and.
That's
almost didn't find our way back to the meeting point.
Yeah, he was.
That's the only thing I've done. Yeah.
He turned into a bear for a few minutes, but I found our way back, and then he was fine.
I've not been to the aquarium there, and I've not been to the water park there, but I did probably the same thing you did. It was like it took us to the Queen's Staircase, it took us to the rum distillery, it took us there, and I feel like maybe
we did those too. We did all the rum tasting and the Queen's Staircase.
Yep.
We saw all that too on the same tour.
It was.
And
it was a good tour.
was there a light? Was there a tower of some sort? Oh, no, that was with you guys. There was a tower. We stopped at some
Yeah, there was
lighthouse or tower or something.
I don't remember if we did anything else on that tour in Nassau, but I feel like maybe there was one other thing, but I don't remember what it was. But it was fun. I liked that rum distillery. So
Meg says I go to every aquarium I can find. I also enjoy going to aquariums.
Did you know that I'm pretty sure that aquarium at one point in time had a mola mola,
I did not know that.
a big sunfish. I think it might have had a manta too, but I'm not 100% sure of that. I'm not 100% sure of either of those things, but I feel like that is true. But I maybe somebody else has seen it. It's been a while. My mom says Matt never ate fish because fish are friends. That and well, I don't know if I didn't. Well, I did eat fish as a kid because I remember being at a friend's house and they had catfish and they made me clean my plate before I could go away from the dinner table, and it made me like gag. So I don't know if that is just when I realized that I didn't like fish and it made me feel sick to my stomach, or if that's where like I was like mentally scarred by that experience. But yeah.
Les says they booked another crazy bucket cruise this week. 14-day transatlantic from Miami to Ireland in England.
Wow,
that's cool.
That's a nice cruise.
Yeah, you could be a pirate on that cruise. It's like the pirate route. I mean, anywhere in Europe. I mean, the other thing that I should point out with my research in pirates that I kind of knew, but I often forget, and is that pirates. When I think of pirates, I of course think of like the golden age of piracy and the European pirates in the Caribbean, but there are other pirates. There was a lot of Asian pirates at different times during that time. There were pirates going back into the ancient world, and of course there are still modern pirates. They just don't have the romantic sort of reputation that the pirates of the golden age, that probably didn't deserve that reputation either, have today. So that's kind of interesting. Well, of course, we do know the pirates from that movie with I'm the Captain Now.
Are you talking about Our Flag Means Death?
Captain Phillips.
Captain Phillips, that's the one.
I love that movie.
Yeah, Tom Hanks, right? That's Tom Hanks. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's an excellent movie.
Yeah.
I have no idea what
No?
you're talking about.
That's like it's contemporary. Takes place in like modern times, right? Or it's
over by Somalia.
It's a true, based on a true story.
Yep.
Yeah. Those are the like real pirates of today. Yeah. You don't know that line? I'm the captain. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right. That movie came out in the fairly recent past, right? Like
In the last 20 years, right? I don't know.
Newer than that.
Yeah, I feel like it's like since I worked at the aquarium, but
I don't know, Matt.
all right,
I don't know.
That's fine.
Stop judging me.
Well, I'm judging you. All right, so let's see. What else? We got any other comments?
No.
October 11th, 2013.
Okay. All right.
I was alive.
You were very much alive. Yeah. Yep.
Ed surprised me by booking me a cruise to the ABC Islands for my 60th birthday. It's April 3rd of 2026.
Aww.
You should join us. I did see that post, and I've thought about it, and I haven't asked Matt what he thinks about it. And that's as far as we've gotten so far.
April 3rd, 2026. We're still trying to get our cruise together for 2026 September.
Yeah.
That's before that.
There's some more itineraries have popped up, but not quite what we're looking for yet.
There's been some that would be acceptable, but we're holding out for the perfect itinerary. And
John Heald commented that they should be releasing more next week or.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
Good deal. I'm trying to put these cookies back in their bag.
Loudly.
Yeah, they give me like a mint smell a little bit, but they don't taste like mint.
They have a flavor that I can't 100% place, but it's definitely a flavor that I've tasted
there's
before.
something there. There's something behind it that's.
Marty, you look so cute right now.
You know what? It kind of reminds me of candy cigarettes. Have you ever had like candy cigarettes or something?
Yeah, I used to love those.
It kind of reminds me of those a little bit. I don't know. I could be crazy, but that's kind of like that sort of. I don't know how to describe that flavor, but yeah, it's a unique flavor. But I'm probably nuts. You'll eat them and be like, this doesn't taste anything like candy cigarettes. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a Nintendo person. That's Meg. I did the thing with a voiceover, took off for weird people like me. Animal Crossing meets Aquarium. Did you ever play Animal Crossing?
No.
I didn't.
My daughter did. She used to love
Yeah?
that.
I saw people play Animal Crossing, but I never did.
I
It
didn't
looked
either.
like an interesting game. Kind of a. Would you say it's a precursor to Minecraft? I know it's not the same game type, but like I feel like it almost got that popular. But
I mean,
then
it's
didn't.
nothing like it.
Well, other than it's like sort of similar graphics, and it's not like a just run around and kill things game.
I mean, I've never played it, so I can't speak to gameplay.
Okay.
But as far as I know, it's like you're just kind of running around in a little world.
Like
sort of
yeah,
thing.
like it's sort of like a sim, like a farming life sim.
Yeah,
I think.
but
I mean, I don't
Minecraft
know.
is not like that at all.
Well,
I mean, you can do that in Minecraft.
right, because you're mining ores and you're building things and stuff like that. Like it's not exactly the same, but there's like parallels there.
I mean, like I said, I can't speak to Animal Crossing because I've never played it.
Yeah.
Never even watched somebody play it.
Have you played Minecraft?
Oh yeah, I've played a very
Did you?
large amount of Minecraft.
Have you guys ever played Minecraft?
I've never have.
No.
No,
I
I
can't.
haven't.
I mean, like I've watched graphics get better. Why would I want to play Minecraft?
But that's like the
graphics?
purpose of it.
No, but see, I think that because I grew up with Atari and Nintendo, like now I'm like, no, give me decent graphics. Like I don't want, like I can't. Even games that are like 5 years old, I'm like, oh, how do I tolerate such horrible?
That stuff doesn't bother me.
Oh well, that's because.
But that was something that
graphics were already like almost perfected. I mean, I'm sure I always say that, and then they get better. There's been several times in my life, and I'm like, video game graphics can't even get better than this.
Now, let me show you one of my favorite games growing up.
Did you ever play Pitfall on Atari?
Oh, I spent hours playing Pitfall on Atari. Yes.
My brother's probably not in here anymore, but we had the whole world mapped out, drawn.
Oh, okay. I didn't do that. That's awesome. I had a Pitfall knockoff called Jungle something, and that one there were crocodiles in it, and there was also like I feel like you had to swim. Maybe it was swimming against crocodiles, or maybe I think that was on Sega Genesis. There might have been piranhas in it. I don't know, but ooh.
Yes.
What is
this?
What is that?
I played the bejesus out of this game. But I've got to figure out which one of these it is.
Oh. That's brutal.
So tell me about graphics and how graphics were perfected when I was a kid.
But that's like what Minecraft looks like to me.
No, Minecraft does not look like that.
Okay, there's less. Minecraft has less details than that.
Yeah.
This looks like a really bad cartoon.
Yeah, and Minecraft's like 8-bit version of that. Anyway, I'm not knocking people for liking Minecraft,
but what I'm saying is you can't tell me the graphics were perfected by the time I played video games, because that I played so much of this game.
But you have to understand, when I started playing video games, the graphics was a dot.
I also enjoyed. I don't remember. I've got to look this up now because I don't remember.
Do you remember the old Pong games, the video arcade?
Yeah, I don't know.
We have one at work. We have one at work, and we keep quarters on it, so when people come in, they can sit down and play it. And at our Christmas party, they had a tournament with it. Nice. It was pretty fun. Yeah.
I mean, we spent hours in the arcade on like $5, you know, like Track and Field, Centipede, Pac-Man.
No longer. Can't do that anymore.
Remember Dragon's Lair? Like that was an anomaly. Because that sort of had really good graphics. It wasn't all that it seemed, but it was like, oh my gosh, for that time.
Man, I loved this game too.
Yeah.
Did you ever play? I don't know if you've ever. I'm trying to find a good picture.
I never played Laserdisc.
This is gonna be too small.
I remember the Laserdisc games
I didn't
when they
play
first
that.
came out of them with them.
Laserdisc. What games had Laserdisc?
Meg
Okay.
Meg was asking if
No,
anybody
that's-
remembered it.
Yeah, no, that's not the
Okay.
Oh,
It's-
Um,
let me see real quick. Oh, my
I
contacts
don't
here.
remember Laserdisc. I remember Laserdisc. Oh, that was a faux pas. Laserdisc movies.
Les is trying to bring us back to cruising because of Cruising Channel.
Right.
Isn't cruise life fun? One of the best values for money spent. Fun places and people you meet while traveling. I agree. And I'm really sad that the last cruise we were on was our wedding cruise, and we haven't been on one since.
It's been a long time.
It's way not okay.
you were on a cruise since your wedding cruise?
No.
No.
That was it.
You cruised with
It'll
us.
be
They're waiting
It
after
was
us.
before.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
thinking that was after your. I'm sorry.
no. It'll be a year.
Actually, Matt, I was thinking this was it, but I didn't want to say anything until I looked it up.
Mm.
Dragon's Lair was a Laserdisc game.
Okay.
That's why the graphics were so good, because it had
Yeah.
a laser disc in it that produced a lot of the stuff. That's
But
why
it
you
was-
you didn't have a whole lot of control.
Right.
know,
It was just like
over it.
it was a cartoon where you could do a movement and it would show you the next scene, kind of a thing.
Yep.
Like if you timed it right, I think. That makes sense, though. That would have been. I didn't realize that was a Laserdisc thing, though. That's pretty cool. I remember track and field being a big deal, and people back then we had the combs with the big pick combs, like the big handle, and kids would like to do the 2-button mash so they could run really fast. And there were kids who were like real good at that. We had like an arcade in the movie theater, so the parents just drop us off at the movie theater. And they'd give us I feel like they gave us like $5 and then movie ticket price. And then we would go see a movie and we'd have like 2 hours before the movie, play video games, watch the movie, and then we'd play video games until whatever parent was coming to pick us up afterwards. Those were the days, right?
Yeah, I remember the arcade in the mall was always the busiest place in the mall.
Did
Yeah.
your arcade let you
Yeah.
if you played games that gave you tickets? Did they count them and keep a file for you with your count so you could build up your numbers? Ours
No.
did.
No.
Because you could there was some prizes. You're never going to get that many tickets in one day. So our arcade they kept a file with everybody's name, and they count your tickets at the end and then keep a track for you.
I just assumed that you would just have to save up the tickets and bring them back. But I never like aspired to get that many tickets. I was always like, I'll never get that many tickets. So I either took whatever trash, like a few tickets, or I just threw the tickets away or gave them to
Get some
somebody.
Tootsie Rolls and walk out.
Yeah, usually. Like that was more of a thing too when I was like in my teens, when the ticket thing started to come into play.
Mhm.
And so at that point, I think I used to just like give them to like a little kid or something like that when I'd leave,
Sure.
kind of a deal. When arcades first, well, it wasn't when they first came out, but when like the video arcades first became a phenomenon, I was in like elementary school, and then it was like probably 10 video games in an arcade, and that's where we could stay there all day long just playing those video games.
Yeah.
My sister just went to a pinball museum, and
Oh, cool.
they had just pinball machines everywhere. She sent pictures. It was pretty neat.
That was like the precursor of
Yeah, we had a
video
couple pinball
arcades.
machines at home at our house growing up. One was an older one, and then one was a newer one for that time. And so one worked better than the other, but the older one was neat. Was much cooler. So my dog used to sit on my lap and put his paws up on the pinball machine, and he'd watch the ball. And
That's awesome. That's cool. Well, it is actually 10:11, so we have exceeded our normal time. So I guess we should probably sign off.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for coming on.
To see us, and thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for all the cool pirate information. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, I learned that mostly I don't know what I thought I knew about pirate. Like there's so much misinformation about pirate, but most of it's just fun stuff anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But like when you're trying to get to the reality of it, it's interesting. But are you guys? I know you do have like a YouTube thing, but are you posting any stuff on there that people would want to check out or anything like that? Or Facebook?
Not really.
Any place you want to promote before we go?
Well, I mean,
you do travel agency stuff. If you want to plug that.
Yeah, but you do too, and we don't want to.
Yeah,
don't want to step on any toes.
She doesn't really do it that much anymore. She's happy to hand that over.
Yeah, our travel agency is called Cruising Etc. Travel.
And most of it's on Facebook right now. So.
Yep, Facebook. You just search us with that Cruising ETC Travel.
Yep. We do have a website too, cruisingetctravel.com. You probably type that in the thing.
Cool. Yeah, that's easy to remember. And if you forget it, then just go on to the Fantastic Cruising community over on Facebook, and if you can't find Stacy and Gina there, we'll just ask and we'll point you in the right direction. But thank you.
Want to know how that name came about?
What's that?
We want to know how that name came about. We were trying to think of something, Cruising Etc. Travel, because we wanted to really focus on cruising, which is what we do. But we thought in the future we might expand out. So it's Cruising Etc. so that in the future we can go beyond cruising. And it's there in the name already.
That makes sense. That's forward thinking. That's good thinking. Yeah. Don't lock yourself into something. Cool. Well, thank you everybody for playing Pirate Trivia and hanging out with us tonight. Thank you guys again for coming on. I think we're gonna be on next week. We don't have anything going on next Friday, or I don't know. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
I think we're good for next Friday.
Yeah.
It's mid-October that I'm not sure.
Yeah, we've got some plans in the future that may or may not affect our lives, but nothing in this coming week, I think. So
I bet they're birthday plans for somebody.
Yes, there are. Yes. We're going to be going to St. Augustine for a few days.
Oh,
that'll be a lot of fun.
Beautiful.
We're going to the Pirate Museum.
Yeah, we will be going to the Pirate Museum. Yeah.
Fun.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.